The pomp and circumstance of the day was hardly consolation for the World War II Marine who received a direct gunshot wound to the face. But then again, that wasn't the intent. Actually, this celebration served as a farewell party for Ed Moranic. As a proclamation from Milford Mayor Alberto Jago states, Godspeed to Ed Moranic as he and 75 other veterans leave tomorrow for their trip to the island of Iwo Jima.
We're here just to wish him a safe trip, and we'll be anxiously waiting for him to come back and tell us all about it.
I have to do one thing more in my life, and that is to pay my respect. There's 5,000 young fellows buried there that didn't even shave. So this is not going to be a pleasure trip, but a historical trip that I can leave behind to the young generation for what they enjoy here. Somebody paid the price.
The famous scene of the Marines raising the stars and stripes on Iwo Jima has been immortalized in statues and photographs, and it's that event on Mount Suribachi that Moranic says he'll never forget. Unfortunately, Moranic says his battalion lost 7 officers soon after they arrived on the island, and 20 days later he was shot while aiming a mortar rifle at the enemy.
Some Japanese snuck up to on my left, and he was a sniper, and he was a good shot. And he shot me in the mouth, which then I fell down to my knees. And I had enough strength to go back and crawl back to the front lines.
After numerous operations, Moranic returned home to his wife Mary and his young daughter.
I remember the sad part of coming home, different than when I went in. Because my mother, even my mother see me for the first time, she was dumbfounded that that's not her son. He looks better than that, you know.
Now, 40 years later, Moranic says he wants to return to Mount Suribachi for some flag waving and then to the site where he was shot.
And I got a Bronze Star for Valet, and I'm going to try to see the place, and I remember it, and I will try to be at the same gun emplacement that I was there March 10, 1945.
The town of Milford hasn't forgotten the men and women who fought and died for their country in World Wars I and II. There's a statue in their honor right in front of Town Hall. But Moranic says he has to do even more to remind people of the veterans' plight. On either side of this monument, there are the names of the people who served in the World Wars. And in the front, there's a plaque with the names of the people from Milford who died. And there's an inscription which reads, "May every generation of young Americans be given power to translate their lives in terms of sacrifice for mankind." And I guess you can say that's the point that Ed Moranic would like to make. But most important, he wants people to remember that these names represent people who gave their lives for the sake of freedom. In Milford, I'm Frank Boris, News 12.